number of announcements. I will call out two specific ones that I really think are important that you know about. The first one is there is going to be an electronic recycling program on Saturday, March 21st, 2020, from 9 a.m. to noon at Cecil Township Municipal Building. There is a 2-item limit on televisions per household. There's no charge for items unless a television screen is broken. A $50 fee will be charged. This event is for Cecil Township residents only. Supervisor Iskey is the one that sets this up every year. I know it's a huge benefit to the residents. So just a quick thank you to him for setting that up. And then also, for those of you that are aware, some people in our community lost their home to fire. So there will be a spaghetti dinner on March 1st, 2020 from 12 to 4 at the Hills Hendersonville Civic Association. The proceeds will benefit the victims affected by 2 house fires in Georgetown Estates. There is more information available on our township website as well as on social media. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us. I think we're all aware of the details, as well as, if you're here, Wendy Johnson, there she is. Wendy Johnson, who's working to get this set up, so thank you. All right, moving on. Okay, so we're going to start with the resolutions. 039-2020, consider the first release of financial security posted for the installation of public improvements for Traditions of America Phase 1 from $3,540,813.93 to $3,123,279.76, a total reduction of $417,534.18 as recommended by the Township Engineer.
Madam Chair, this is for work in Phase 1 of the Traditions of America development. We've reviewed the request and we recommend the reduction as you just read.
Any questions on this item? Do I have a second? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
No.
It passes 3-2. 040-2020, consider application 2019-027 for the Traditions of America Phase 2 subdivision plan, location Hahn Road, R2 medium density residential zoning district, applicant Traditions of America. The plan received Planning Commission approval on December 19, 2019, contingent upon addressing comments from the Township Engineer. Anyone from Traditions of America?
I'll just say that all of the technical comments related to the plan have been addressed, and then there was additional information that the consultant for the developer provided related to the parking. I think they can speak to that if the supervisors have questions.
Yes, that is correct. Ranch Iron reviewed we did issue a letter in response to the comments regarding parking, and if there are any questions about that, we can answer.
You did not add any overflow parking?
I'm sorry?
You didn't add overflow parking?
We did not add any additional
Mister,
parking.
can you make sure your microphone's on or speaking to it?
This guy.
There you go.
We did not add any additional parking above what was shown and approved on the final PRD plan. As a quick summary, the code requires 2 parking spaces per single-family unit. We are actually providing 4 spaces, 2 garage spaces, and then 2 driveway spaces. As far as the clubhouse, we have a 10,000 square foot clubhouse. Based on the code requirements, we need to provide 50 parking spaces. We are providing 60. So in all instances of the uses proposed in the development, we are in excess of what is required. We believe that it is adequate.
But in the real world, people parking at the far end are not going to park down there and walk all the way up to visit somebody. We discussed this at the first meeting, and we even pointed out, and you pointed out, where you put overflow parking. In the cul-de-sac back at the end, you said you could put some. Now you're worried about losing a few lots. You gotta have overflow parking.
I do not recall that conversation.
I do.
That statement. Okay. What I can say right now is that I believe we are in conformance with the code, and we are complying with the approved preliminary PRD, final PRD, and preliminary subdivision.
There's supposed to be overflow parking, and you were supposed to make means for places to plow the snow.
I agree with the locations to plow the snow. We will provide the easements in the locations of the cul-de-sac until such time that that connects to the adjacent property. But as far as conditions for overflow parking, I do not believe there were any assigned to the PRD approval.
Right, and just so I can remind the board, that this final PRD was approved, so at this point, they need to demonstrate compliance with the approved plan. Obviously, people might have additional concerns, but so long as they comply with the approved plan.
Do I have any other board questions or comments? Do you have something? Go ahead.
Good evening, Dan Ramsey, attorney for Traditions of America. I was here along with Grant as we went through the tentative approval, and as you just said, Gretchen, many of these issues were addressed in great detail, and we were back to the Planning Commission several times because they wanted the driving paths to be increased in size. I remember we went through and Grant developed a side so you had the largest king pickup truck, king cab pickup truck you could possibly get to fit in. So these additional parking spaces that we've provided in every driveway were very closely examined by the Planning Commission as we approved it through the first time. So these issues have been addressed. I understand.
Wait a minute, the only reason you increased the parking space was because they figured out the trucks were going to be blocking the sidewalk. So they moved the setback back further so that any vehicles wouldn't be blocking the sidewalk. It's not that you gave us anything.
Well, it made sure that those vehicles could fit there, but the point is, it addressed the parking issue at that time. And as part of addressing that issue was to make sure that the largest vehicle available would fit off the street. So those are 2 additional parking spaces per unit. We're required to have 2 per unit. We have 4 per unit. We're over double the parking spaces required under your ordinance. In addition, this is unique, and I agree that somebody that's very, very remote might not park at the clubhouse, but that clubhouse, we actually have 60 visitor parking spaces. I understand it's a 10,000-foot clubhouse, and we're required to have 50. However, I would argue that all 60 spaces are visitor because that clubhouse is only available to the residents of this community. So if somebody's coming there to that clubhouse, they're a guest of someone in that community. So if they're at the clubhouse, they're not at their home, and they're at the club. So it's not like we're going to have some event. You're not going to have all the residents there having people at their home, and then have some other group of people at the clubhouse.
So can I ask a question? So I live in a neighborhood where there's no on-street parking. If I'm having a large number of people over, I call our police parking and let them know that I'm going to be having people over. It's only for whatever hours that I'm going to have it, and then that's the end of it. Are they allowed in Traditions of America to do that same thing if they're having an event?
Are they allowed?
So if I live in Traditions of America and I'm having my extended family over, could I call the police and let them know that for the next 4 hours I'm going to have on-street parking?
As long as you're not blocking someone's driveway,
Right,
sure.
obviously.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes, and this parking that's provided here is not unique to this project. This is the standard parking that's provided. And so this isn't the first time Traditions has built a community with the parking that we're seeing here.
right.
This is what they've done. They know that this accommodates the plans where they have other ones, and many in the western Pennsylvania area. So they're very comfortable that this will do. And you're right. There are going to be certain times where there's a
But
crowd.
there's an allowance. for
There's
it.
an allowance, correct.
And there is a 55 and older age limit in this community,
That's correct.
So the likelihood that two or more people in 55 and older community would have more than 4 vehicles is unlikely.
On a regular basis, it's very unlikely.
And
On
you know going in what the parking requirements are. Could you please not talk while we're, thank you. You know going into this community what the parking requirements are, so there's no surprise.
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you. So do I have a motion, or do I have any other board comments or questions about this item? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second? I'll second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
No.
It passes 3-2.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
041-2020, consider application 2019-025 for the Iskey lot line revision, location Fawcett Church Road, R1 Low Density Residential Zoning District, applicant James Iskey. The plan received planning commission approval on January 16, 2020.
I don't believe, is anybody here for the Iskey plan? This is a lot line revision that is located on Fawcett Church Road. It's a simple plan where they're taking the property from one side and dedicating it to the other. I don't have the plans all rotated correctly here, sorry about that. So 0.63 acres is going from one property to the next. The plan was reviewed by the Planning Commission. Initially, they tabled it because they did not address comments. The plan came back in last month. They had addressed all of the comments related to the plan, and the Planning Commission recommended for approval. There's no sewage required here because these are existing structures. So it's just, like I said, a simple lot line revision.
Any questions or comments by the board? Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
Passes.